Welcome. My name is Regina Barboza. I'm the Director of Development and Strategic Initiatives at Newark Arts Council, and we're thrilled that you're here to sit in on this info session on our 25th Newark Arts Festival. Next slide, please. So we're here to talk through our theme for the 25th Newark Arts Festival, which is on purpose, which speaks to intent in terms of your artistic practice. The overall festival experience and programming for this year, the open call opportunities. We hope that many of you have already applied. The application closes June 1. We'll talk a little bit about what we're looking for in submissions and how to prepare the strongest applications and important dates and next steps. And we hope that you come away from this evening with a better understanding of what we're looking for in the festival. This is a key signature program for Newark Arts, as many of you know. Because it's an opportunity to showcase the best in our regional arts and culture community and to demonstrate why we talk about Newark as an arts city. We also will do some questions, take some questions via the chat toward the end, and we do have closed captioning. I think you can click on that. Next slide, please. Cindy? So again, as many of you know, the Newark Arts Festival is produced every year on Indigenous Peoples Weekend, or just before and through that weekend. And again, I'm Regina Barboza. Our executive director, Lauren LeBeau-Craig, couldn't be with us tonight, but sends her regards. We have Daryl Stewart, Director of Programs, our lead curator of Artistic Initiatives, Adrian Wheeler, who can answer questions, our curatorial and operations coordinator, Cheyenne, Director of Brand, Digital Marketing and Communications, Delilah Navarro, Digital Marketing and Design Coordinator, Doom, Social Media Manager, the hostess with the mostest, Capri Dennis, and Cindy is behind the scenes kind of making this all hopefully work seamlessly. Next slide, please. Okay, so now I'm going to hand it over to Delilah Navarro on our team to kind of get you started and to talk through the process. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Regina. Hi, everyone. Please drop your name, your discipline, where you're joining from, and one word that describes your creative process in the chat. Okay. We have Kylie, who's a painter from Montclair, and your word is transformation. I love that. Kavion, 35 millimeter photography is your art. You're from Newark, and your word is cinematic. Oh, I love that. Can't wait to see your work. Orchid Sylvester, visual arts, Newark, and praxis. Lachey, poetry, Newark, empathy. Oh, I love that. We have Aaliyah from Harrison, whose focus is photography and reflection is their word. Oh my God, so many people. I love this. And I love, we have somebody from Queens too. Alexander, welcome to Newark. I don't know if you're from living in Queens or you're living out here, but welcome. Irvington, Maplewood. This is awesome. So one of the really great things that you'll get to see in this chat is that we have people from all over the place. This is a Newark-based festival, but you do not have to be from Newark to participate in the festival. And that's something that we want everyone to know. Um, there are so many different mediums that people are here, different disciplines joining from. And as we move through this presentation, we'll explain to you a little bit more about the theme, how your work is going to be able to fit into the theme, and how that's going to fit into your application process. So without further ado, I am going to ask Cindy to push to the next slide. Thank you everybody for joining in on the chat. We're going to have a few more times to kind of interact and talk. But I'm going to pass it to our director of programming and the lead producer of the festival, the one and only Daryl Stewart.
Thank you, Delilah. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? All the artists are in the chat. I see you. I see you and I welcome you. I say welcome. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Denise Davis, visual artist. I see you all. We're so excited for you to be here with us. My name is Daryl Stewart. I'm the lead producer of Newark Arts Festival, and I am also the director of programs. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the history of the festival. Cindy, next slide, please. So, Newark Arts Festival has been around for 25 years. We are celebrating our 25th anniversary this year, not to be confused with the year 2025, which was last year, but we are celebrating 25 years of doing this festival on purpose. It was founded in 2001 by Newark Arts Council, and it has grown into not just a citywide arts festival, but really a regional festival that draws in so many different folks from all over the region and beyond. It's 5 days, and it has become a platform for not only visual artists, but also performance, film, music, public programming, installations, and most importantly, community gathering. We're rooted in Newark and we're reaching beyond it. So thank you all for joining us tonight and for being a part of or being interested in celebrating 25 years on purpose. Next slide, please. So our theme, on purpose, celebrates 25 years of Newark Arts Festival through intention, collaboration, and care. And it reflects how the festival is created and what we value, right? We are not just doing this work because we don't have anything else to do or because we it's just out of habit. We really are here in this moment and want to cultivate something from this moment that speaks to this moment, that is intentional, that is on purpose. And that is our theme this year. So we want you to dig your anchors deep. And we want to invite you, artists, performers, programmers, to reflect on the meaning of this theme, right? And make sure that the choices that you choose to offer as it relates to being a part of the festival align with the theme. So, what does this theme mean for artists and programmers? Okay, it means we're asking you to think about why this work, why this set, why this concept, why this program, why this painting, why this portrait, why this film. And not only why, but why now? What experiences, questions, or perspectives have shaped it? And what kind of impact do you want it to have? So these are just some of the things that we've thought about as a team. Every year we spend a lot of time thinking about the theme, and we want you to spend equally as much time responding to it. So take it as a starting point and allow it to really shape your application and your inquiry in this process. Next slide, please. I'm going to turn it back to Delilah, I think.
Yes. Uh, so to Daryl's point, we're asking you to let us know, what does purpose mean to you? In a lot of the work that you're going to be doing, we're going to ask you to figure out what keeps you creating, why do you make the work you make, or what do you want people to feel when they encounter your work. That is a great basis for the work that you will submit to the festival. So I thought it would just be a great stop or a great space to chat about that. So in the chat, if you can, answer one of these questions. Either why do you make the work you make? What keeps you creating? Or what do you want people to feel when they are encountering your work, when they're seeing the work that you submit? We're going to take a 2-minute break while you put that in the chat. And I'm going to actually tag Miss Adrian in here for 1 second. I think this is a great space to just talk about a little bit about what your purpose is and why you enjoy building this part of the festival.
Well, I guess I should start with hi, everyone. Welcome to this information session. I see so many familiar faces, well, familiar names, and a lot of new names. So, welcome to all of you who are new to applying to the festival, not necessarily new to Newark or maybe new to Newark. I guess I should start with I live for art. I mean, I don't go anywhere without checking out the art scene. I mean, if I go a county away, a state away, a country away, a continent away, one of the first things I do is find out where the local museum is, or a national museum, or an art fair. And I've been that way all of my life. Art has been a part of my life. I was born into it. I have family members who are artists, well-known friends in the arts. So I'm sitting here now waiting for June 1st so we can go through all of your applications, have an opportunity to see your work, see what's motivating you, see what you're putting into the world, and have an opportunity to engage with you, your work, your process. Hopefully have some conversations about it during the festival or anytime. I'm always accessible if you have questions or just want to chat about your work. I'm certainly open to that. So I look forward to seeing all of your applications, and best to everyone.
Thank you so much, Adrian. And I'm seeing people entering into the chat. I make the work I make to dive into the unspoken stories of American men and women throughout the 20th century. Amazing. Making art to create a restorative space and experience for people of color who constantly traverse environments that continue to test our mental fortitude. Uh, what keeps me creating is knowing how much our voices are needed for today in the art world. Our stories, experiences, and our joys should be documented and shared with the world. These are amazing answers. My work channels intersectional legacies. Oh my goodness, through the framework that is art, cultural definers, the subject matter, and my work is elevated by the technological times we're in. Ooh, amazing. We have someone who's been photographing jazz musicians in Newark since 1987 and is now collaborating with a group of photographers who are documenting Clemens Jazz Club. I want little brown girls and boys to see themselves in my work. My purpose is to bring joy through the lens of amplifying Black culture and the Black experience. This is amazing. Thank you all so much for participating in this. I can't wait, honestly, to see the work just based off these answers, these replies. I'm so excited for what's about to happen in the festival, and I think you will all be too. So what I'm going to do now is I'll ask Cindy to switch slides, and I'm going to pass this off to our social media manager, who you will probably interface a lot with, along with myself, Cabri Dennis.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, Delilah, for facilitating that workshop. Uh, I'm seeing a lot of familiar names and some new names, so that really excites me to see people that I've seen in the festival prior and also just by way of being a part of the art community. And then also some new names. I can't see your faces right now, but I'm just so excited for this year. Our theme, as we already have shared, it is on purpose. And I do believe that this is great for this moment. We're celebrating 25 years of being on purpose and being rooted in the arts, and positioning ourselves as leaders in this space. And so I'm so happy for you all to be a part of it. So here are some of the opportunities for you all. And I do get these messages often. How can I be a part of the festival? What can I do? How can I, fit what I am doing into the scope? And really, there's no limitations. I know sometimes people like to limitate themselves and say, oh, well, I do this and I don't really fit directly in this category. But that is an opportunity for you to get creative and also to collaborate. So I love one of the sisters said that they're collaborating with another group. So if you see something here that doesn't directly connect to what you're doing, but it is adjacent, get creative, start networking, and figure out how you can collaborate. We've seen so many collectives and collaborations throughout the festival, and those are like most of the times my favorite because it's like double or triple the experience. So right here we have the entertainment and nightlife, one of our faves. So these are events that typically happen during the evening time, well, after hours, after we have our opening reception and things of that nature. So we have our evening with, we have the afters, we have the NAF ball this year. I'll let that marinate because we are going to talk about that a little bit later. And then we also have Newark Arts Honors, which you guys can figure out which of these events you could be a part of. And then next we have arts and culture programming. So we do have the citywide gallery openings. We do have Bisa Butler Presents. Curatorial will touch on that as well. And we also have On Purpose at Express Newark, a collaboration that I'm looking forward to and also looking forward to you guys seeing. And then, of course, we have our open doors studio tours. So please make sure you figure out and how to connect those dots, even if your program isn't one of these or isn't lined up in one of these, there's always ways in which you can align and make sure that there's a fullness brought out and being a part of the festival. So I really truly encourage you all to do that. And then we also have our family programming, which is one of the programs that we feel like this time especially, we really want to make sure we are pushing. So though you may not have a family program, please connect with your families and your friends to make sure that they're in the know about what we're doing for the families. Because people ask all the time, and I feel like they ask and then, it's after the fact. So we really want to make sure that people have the full agenda. We have something for everyone. The Newark Public School District wide exhibition, the Youth Artist Mentorship Program, which we did last year. So we're continuing that, and then we have NAF Kids. So these are all like very full on programming. So this will be throughout the full duration of the festival. So please make sure that you guys have your notifications on and that you're reading everything and that you have put your program in line with this. We're all going to share the spotlight and we're all going to support one another and put this big festival together, but we'll show up in the capacity that we see best. Next slide, please. Okay, and now I'm going to pass this to curatorial Adrian Willer.
Thank you, Cabri. That was a very nice presentation. And just wanted, Cheyenne, can you wave your hand? I see your name is there, but just so that everyone sees
Hi,
Cheyenne,
everyone.
my partner in all things art. So we have here created with intention, selected with purpose. We are seeking visual work with a clear artistic point of view, thoughtful execution, and strong presentation materials. Artists should submit high quality images. And may I add to that, not just high quality images, but images that will be available, not just when we select the work, but when it's time to deliver the work. Because once we have chosen all of the works for the festival, for however many spaces we have right now, it's Express Newark, Nico's, and maybe Art Space. But once we've chosen that work, we design an exhibition. And if you submit one body of work and then you decide to deliver something else for whatever reason, that throws off our whole plan. So it's not fair to us, and it's not fair to the other artists who have submitted the works or delivered the works that they've submitted. So I just want to emphasize that. I know it's in the application, but I've run into this, or we've run into this several times, and it's just not a good thing. So I just want to re-emphasize that. You should obviously also be submitting your artist statement and your bio and CV, and they are different things. And any relevant links, a website, or any portfolio materials that you would like to share with us. And that's really important because there have been times where we have looked at work, and because we go through these applications so thoroughly, we're also going through your websites. And sometimes we find that you may have submitted a particular work, and then we look at your website, and it's like, gee, this is a much stronger work, or this is a work that actually fits, within the our vision for any one of the exhibitions. So please do submit those relevant links. We welcome emerging and established artists working across media. So with that, Cheyenne, is there anything you'd like to add?
Sure. I just want to like circle back to high quality images. Um, so obviously that goes for photographs as well, and we do not discriminate against digital art, but should you submit digital art, please make sure that that rendering is of the utmost highest quality, especially upon print. We don't want to receive any digital art that's comes out printed and pixelated from when we first viewed your work through your submission. We want to make sure that all the work is at the utmost highest quality and it helps reflect everyone else's work that is going to be shown as well.
Thank you, Cheyenne. And now I'll pass this on to Daryl Stewart. Daryl, it's all yours.
Thank you, Adrian. So I'm going to talk about performance art, performances presented with intention. This is not to be confused with programming. So, how do we differentiate this? If you are a drag artist or a DJ or a dancer, we would consider that a performance art um, applicant. If you have 8 people and you want to do a program based around South African percussion, that would be considered programming. Okay. So for our performing artists, we are seeking performers with skill, with perspective, who have professional presentation materials and high quality performance samples. We want you to send these things in to us. A headshot or a photo, it does not have to be professional. A bio or some um, written piece that explains who you are and what your point of view is for how you make your art. And I will be completely frank and I will say, we go through each and every person's social media. So if you are a rapper and I go to your social media page and I see TikTok dances, it's not going to help me get an accurate depiction of your rapping ability. So here is my ask to you all is to go and audit your social media page and make sure that it is a reflection of the art that you say that you produce. And if it is not, then maybe consider not submitting it or submitting something independent. For example, maybe a SoundCloud link or a YouTube link or something some content that you make and upload and send to us directly. But if you put your Facebook and your Instagram and your TikTok, we're going to go and look at it and we're going to rubric you based on what you send us. So just make sure that whatever you send us is an accurate depiction of the art that you create. It is not limited to only singers and actors or artists or rappers. We want to see the wide spectrum of performance. So please dig deep and apply, and we will get back to you. Due to the volume of applications that we receive, many of which I'm going through by myself, I will say we're only going to reach out to folks who are interested in booking for the festival. So if you don't hear from us, it probably means that you're not a fit for this year. And that is not to discourage you from creating or to throw shade. There's simply a limited number of opportunities and spots for performance. And we want to select the folks who are selecting on purpose, which means we want you to help us do that by making sure you submit your best work. All right. Next slide, Cindy. Similarly, programming. We're inviting folks to submit programming proposals for panels, screenings, talks, and community activations. We cannot provide funding or venue space for this year, but if you have a venue and you have a concept and you want it to be a part of the festival, once it is complete and curated, we are happy to consider that as part of our programming proposal. There is still value in being a part of the festival as an independent programmer, mostly because the festival really acts as a marketing engine, and we can help you to find your audience and connect to folks who are looking for the type of programming that you're doing. So I don't want that to discourage you that we're not giving away money. We want to have programming that reflects the city's and the region's diversity. So we encourage you to figure out what that looks like. You can charge, it can be free, or you can charge tickets. It can be in a small public space. It can be in a private space. We are open to your ideas and we welcome them. And we will give each and every one a good look to see if it aligns with our festival theme. We're looking for programming with clear curatorial direction, a strong audience engagement potential, and alignment with the festival experience. And I think that takes me to the end of this slide. Next slide, please. I'm going to pass it to Delilah to talk a little bit more about presenting yourself on purpose.
Thank you, Daryl. So your application is your introduction to the Newark Arts team and the Newark Arts Festival ecosystem. Again, to touch on what Daryl just said, how you present your work matters just as much as the work itself. So any strong application, not just for the Newark Arts Festival, but for anything that you do going forward, would include a very thoughtful artist statement, consideration of your branding and presentation, as well as attention to detail. So what do each of those things look like? For a thoughtful artist statement, we need you to tell us why the work exists, what's driving your practice, and what audiences should understand or experience when they are encountering your work. For branding and presentation, again, as Daryl said, your website, your social media, your portfolio, all of that explains to us who you are when we see it. So whatever you do submit, again, please make sure that it's in alignment with the work that you're saying you do. That just helps us get a better picture of what you're doing and how we can promote you, how you'll fit into the festival. We do offer robust marketing, and we're looking to really double down on that this year to make sure that all of our artists, participants, programmers, that everyone is really being marketed well. So for us to fit you into a marketing plan, we need to have a better understanding of who you are. Um, and attention to detail, carefully following the details and the directions that we give you in the application. This is really important. It's really key because during our process, we also provide branding for the people who are accepted. And we need to make sure that people can follow directions and are following the guidelines that we give and the requirements. Um, Another sign that you're paying attention to detail is that you are providing clear, high quality, either images or video. And that's not to say that you need to film or take photos on an expensive camera. It can literally just be your iPhone or your cell phone. Make sure the lens is clean when you're taking the pictures. Um, it's super simple. We're not asking you to overextend yourself, but we do want to make sure that the photos and things you're submitting are clear and high quality. And your materials should represent the work professionally and accurately. So again, we're talking about clarity over complexity, um, and just being able to really identify who you are in that one application. And I'm going to pass the next slide off to Kabri Dennis to talk a little bit more about participation.
Yes, so what I believe we're looking for from the marketing team this year is for you to fully take on the theme. I know that, everybody has their own individual aesthetics and preferences and things of that nature. And there's a way in which you can tie all of that in. But what we're really wanting to do is bring that message across on purpose. This is the 25th anniversary for Newark Arts Festival, and we are celebrating. And so these are some of the ways in which you can do that. um, it's going to provide the opportunity for you to expand not only your audience, but also for you to document your work. And I think about it like this, like one, you are sharing your content on social media and maybe even in person, word of mouth still works, but you're also creating this storyline. And I love to see like the series and things of that nature where you're giving us some of the behind the scene looks. You're giving us some of the processes of planning and preparation. But it will also give you an opportunity to build visibility and momentum for yourself as an artist. And then also for you to kind of build a foundation and strengthen yourself, your professional presence. So not just Instagram, but also LinkedIn. There's opportunities for you all. And just to touch back a little bit on what Daryl was speaking on in terms of programming, though we're not providing funding, positioning yourself in a way on social media and online can open doors for opportunities to get funding from elsewhere, even if you wanted to have some sort of like fundraiser or whatever the case may be. So just keep that in mind as you plan out how you want to share your participation this year with Newark Arts Festival. And also, as Delilah shared, we're here for you all. As a marketing team, we are going to be able to offer a webinar for all those who are participating. And so, yes, we are going to have a branding webinar for those who are participating, which is going to be really, really fun. We've done it in the past, and this is going to set you up for success. And then we also have our social media toolkits. Again, very important to just follow the guidelines. It will help you. I followed brand guidelines before, and once you try to just read everything, okay? Read everything and try to execute based on what you know. Just try. I know sometimes people are a little like they're less confident in their digital skills. And they're like, hey, this is my lane, I'm gonna stay in that. But just try. And we're not looking for perfection. We're here to help you all throughout that process. And then we also have our marketing resources, and we were providing guidance on presenting your work professionally And then the last thing is we have a robust marketing support pending on the brand guidelines. So we we are here to help. Just make sure you reach out in a timely manner, and also make sure you're engaging with the resources we already have for you. And again, just try to see what you can create and see what it looks like after you look through the toolkits and things like that. And once you like, we're gonna set you up so that our graphic team gonna set you up so that it's so simple, it's so easy that you won't have to worry about anything. I know last year, I'll just make this note, we had people and I could tell who was following the instructions and who wasn't. And so we had people that just went way off script and did their own thing. And this is not the expectation this year. We really have to stick to the branding, especially because of the caliber of, the importance of this year's festival. It's our 25th year. And so we just really want to make sure everything is cohesive and everything is aligned and everything fits together in the full-on story. So 25 years Newark Arts Festival on purpose. If if it looks like anything or sounds like anything outside of that, then we will not be reposting or resharing that, just for the simple fact that it does not align with the brand guidelines. So please keep that in mind and don't feel like you're bothering anyone to ask for help. But again, do that early on, not at the last minute, because as we get closer to the festival, that window will close and we won't be able to provide as much assistance or attention to those questions. So please keep that in mind and take advantage of the sessions and toolkits. Thank you all. And I will pass it to Zero.
Thank you so much, Cabri. Let's give everybody a big virtual round of applause in the chat who's here with us tonight working to support what we're doing. They're doing a wonderful job. Next slide, Cindy. All right. So here are the important dates. June 1st. Tap your neighbor and say, neighbor, June 1st is the application deadline. This is very, very important. June 1st. So don't email on June 3rd or June 15th or June 23rd. June 1st is the application deadline, and it is really important that we adhere to that as we have announcements and a timeline to roll out. Final acceptance notifications will go out on or before June 26th. 2026. Our branding webinar will follow after that on July 15th, 2026. And the festival, the 25th anniversary of Newark Arts Festival on Purpose, will be October 7th through the 11th, 2026. Please subscribe to our weekly newsletter and follow us on Instagram at Newark Arts for updates. And most importantly, in this festival and in your practice as an artist, period, check and read and respond to your emails. Check, read, and respond to your emails because we will communicate to you via the email that you use on your submittable application. So make sure you're checking not only your primary email, but the email that you use to apply for the application. That is extremely important. And when you check your email, you're looking to check the inbox as well as the spam. You're looking in both boxes to manage them and to make sure that they are set up so that you can receive information. Next slide, please. So now it's time for questions. We're going to open the floor for questions. We want you to use the chat function. I see there are some questions in the box already. But if there are additional questions, if something comes up tonight or tomorrow while you're working through, please email us at festival@newarkarts.org. Again, that's festival@newarkarts.org. And I'm going to pass it to Delilah
Thank
to
you, Daryl.
lead us through the question section.
Thank you, Daryl. Okay, so
Welcome.
okay, so if anyone has any additional questions, remember you can enter them here in the Q&A. You should see it at the bottom of your screen. It looks like a little uh, comment note with a question mark in it. So feel free to add your questions now. One of the questions is, can pianists submit for performances? Are there venues with pianos or should a keyboard be brought? Natalie, pianists can submit. Um, as far as venues with pianos or should a keyboard be brought, you will be notified by the programming director whether or not you should be bringing a piano if you're selected to perform. Do the artists who got selected for the Newark Arts Artist Registry get to reapply to this? How are they connected to this event? Those are two separate applications, but I'm going to pass that to Adrian Wheeler to respond to that question.
Hi, yes, as Delilah said, those are two separate applications. And having been accepted to the artist registry does not mean that you are automatically accepted into the festival, and you will have to fill out a separate application. You'll have to fill out the submission for the Newark Arts Festival.
Yes.
A question about the application not asking for a bio.
Yeah, I see that.
A bio and artist statement.
Right, and this is, hi, Allison.
Awesome.
Yeah, Allison has already completed the application, and he's saying that in the submission form that there was only a place for a bio, but not an artist statement. So I don't remember if there was room there for everything or if we definitely asked for an artist statement in the submission form. But you can just send one. You can email your artist statement. It'll go directly to me.
Yeah, like Emmanuel Cacciatore said, I put both in the bio section.
Okay.
You can update your application, correct, Adrian?
Yes, you should be able to.
Yeah.
Because it should still be open until June 1st. So you should be able to go back. If Cindy's on, that may be a better question for her to add clarity to.
Okay. Can we save that we'll save that for the end. I'm going to answer this next question. My submission is very detailed and the size of the file may be too large. It's already printed at the highest quality, but is there a way I can submit and avoid it being pixelated? The best way that you might be able to do that would be um, maybe like a WeTransfer or adding a link like that. The issue is that it may expire a little bit sooner. So, Adrian, what can people do if they're submitting? Or maybe this is actually a Cindy question. So, Cindy, if you can hop on,
I
is
think
there a way
Cheyenne
for
is going
people?
to answer.
Oh, I was actually, well, I know Kavion, so I was asking him, I was literally in the middle of typing an answer, but I was going to ask what size the file is. If not, if the work is already printed, it's okay to photograph your piece and submit that and just send the dimensions, and then we can work on like getting the actual like file later. But
Yeah. But Cindy, it would be great if you could hop on just to maybe answer a question like that for other people who may have files that are a little bit larger. What's the best course of action for them to take in the process of submitting that?
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I just left a little typed answer, but also just to tell everybody, there's a couple of online resources that I do like to use. The first one being Tiny JPEG. You upload your photo there, and you can reduce the size without compromising resolution. And the other one could be I Love Image, which is also an online resource that allows you to upload your photo and compress it without affecting resolution.
Thank you so much for that. Um, oh, and just really quickly, Cindy, while we have you, um, can people update their applications after they've already submitted?
Um, I believe they have to send in a request to open the application so that we can give them back access to their already submitted application. You can go into your submitted applications and request to open for edits, and we will see that notification and open the application.
Thank you, Cindy. Yes, and you have until 11:59 on 11:59 p.m. on June 1st to do that. Another question, well, there's a few questions in here. What are the time limits for performance art submissions? Are there specific spaces, venues where this will be produced, specifically theaters or sprung floors for dance and theater submissions? Is there compensation for festival artists? If yes, do you have details and how it will be determined? When will selected artists hear back? So I believe we answered the when will selected artists hear back. That will be on June 26th. But I'm going to pass this question to Daryl, who can answer it a little bit better than I could.
Hello. So to answer your question, yes, yes, yes. I have a saying that anything is possible. So what that means is once we have received what you have imagined to do, we will determine when, where, how much, what that looks like based on if we believe that the art in the application aligns with the festival theme and the spaces available. But let me talk a little bit more directly for performing artists. So generally, I would say 30 minutes of content is your sweet spot. We have done both independent and curated programs that are 2 hours long. I don't know if we're doing that this as much this year. It would have to be something that really sticks out to me as an opportunity in order to curate something of that size and of that length. We do have both paid and non-paid opportunities for performers. All of our programming will be um, staffed by performing arts applicants. So what that means is, for example, in Evening With last year our in Evening With was with Avery Wilson. We paid 4 performers to open for him as a pre-show. There was also another opportunity where there was a competition where the performers were not paid, but the winner was. The winner was paid $1,000. So it will vary and depend from day to day and from opportunity to opportunity. I would say lead with what you want to do and allow us to determine where it fits. Thank you.
Daryl, one more question. If I would like to apply with the piano program combined with the visual arts, should I submit two separate applications? I
No,
believe that's
you should submit a programming application and include all of the elements that you would like to work together in one programming application. And if you send a programming application and I think it belongs in curatorial, I will make sure that it's forwarded to curatorial. If curatorial gets an application and it should be in performance, they will forward it to the proper department. We're a small team and we work very closely together. Just apply on time and we'll make sure it gets to the right person.
awesome. I'm trying to keep us in time, so I'm just going to answer these next few questions. Um, I have new work, which I think is very pertinent to the theme, but won't have time to professionally photograph. I will try my best with my cell phone. Do the images need to be a certain DPI? I believe you can take great shots with your cell phone, but Cindy, um, or actually, let's bring Dune on, our graphic designer, our lead graphic designer. Do the images need to be a certain DPI?
Yes, it has to be, just because, hi everyone. Yes, it have to be, just because we do need a clear image of your work so we can actually know what we're working with.
Thank you. But yes, you can actually do that usually with your cell phone. If you're not sure about what the best settings would be, there are so many videos on YouTube for that. But if you do have questions, feel free to email us at festival@newarkarts.org if you're worried at all about that. And we can try to get you some resources that you can watch that will help you figure out the best way to take those shots. If you submit a painting and finish one after the deadline that you feel is worthy, um, Adrian?
Yeah, I was reading that. I just wanted to go back to it just to make sure I'm reading this correctly. I seem to have lost the quote. Oh, it's here. Is this Joan? Was this the question from Joan, Delilah?
No, this is from Cynthia Vaughn asking if
Oh,
she
Cynthia,
submits a
yes, I see
painting
it. I see
and
it.
finishes one after the deadline that she feels is worthy. I'm assuming the question is it
No,
are they interchangeable or are we
no,
taking only what we're
no,
accepted?
no, they're not. I addressed that earlier. Once the work is accepted, that's what we're accepting. We're not making changes after the work has been submitted, and not after it's been submitted, after it's been accepted.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks,
Um, and
Cynthia.
then Orchid, just clarifying, not only are we explaining how the pieces we submit relate to the theme on purpose, but we need to update our websites to match or just the info we're submitting. We're not telling you that you have to update your website does not have to fit the theme. We're saying that whatever you do submit, your site should always uh, be aligned with the work that you're submitting. That's just a branding principle. We should be able to go to your website after, if even if you send us one piece and get an idea of who you are as an artist. But if you do have any more clarifying questions, again, please email us and I'd be happy to talk you through that or talk more about that with you. And then I think there might have been one more in the chat. So if you have a long-term exhibition that is starting prior to the art festival and you want specific activations and the closing show to be part of the festival, does the application need to be focused on the whole show or just the activations you want to be highlighted? I'm going to give that to Daryl.
Great question. Thank you for that question. We want you to focus on the week of October 7th through the 11th. Anything that's before that or after that is wonderful, but our focus is October 7th through the 11th. So even if you have an exhibition, if you're planning to do something, make sure that it falls within those dates in order for it to be applied to and amplified through the festival. Great question.
Thank you. And just a couple more. I have one more. I'm a new artist and I don't have a website or online presence. Is that okay? That is okay. Um, just send us your portfolio. We still want to see your application. We'd still like to see your work. Again, just focus on what you can do. So make sure that those images are high quality. And there are also a lot of places that you can create a free portfolio. So just take some time, look into that. You should have a portfolio as an artist. And if you need, again, help with finding resources for that, please email us at festival@newarkarts.org. We also have a lot of really great resources on our .org site, which is www.newarkarts.org. And you can find a lot of information there as well. Um, Thank you all for participating in this. Um, so excited to see all the applications coming forward. Oh, I got one more. How many pieces minimum to submit? Adrian, you want to answer that one?
Well, I don't remember offhand, but I believe that is in the application.
Okay, so before I say goodbye, I want to thank everyone again for participating. Everything we do here at Newark Arts, especially this festival, is done with so much intention, with so much love. We love the work that we're able to do. We love being able to highlight you all. Um, festival time is a really fun time here in Newark. Everyone gets excited for the openings. Art night out. People are out in the streets having a great time experiencing your art. So we really do look forward to having everybody submit. And as Daryl said, whether you are accepted into the festival this year or not is not any indication of your work. It's just there's, limited space here. But we also encourage people to continue to submit every year because we've had people who maybe didn't make it one year, they made it the next, and they loved the opportunity. They loved having fun, and they loved working with our team. I'm going to pass this off to Daryl, who's going to give anyone who wants to stay on a little sneak peek. Um, if you have to go, thank you again so much for participating, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you all.
Delilah. And thank you, Newark Arts team. I'm going to breeze through this super quickly. This is just for the real Newark Arts Festival, true loyalists who have to know. You just have to know. Well, I'm here to let you know we're bringing the heat again. It's going to happen again. So, Cindy, next slide, please. Let's take them through a sneak peek. I'm really excited about this year's festival. On purpose. Next slide, please. 25 years. We are still committed to offering artists opportunities to connect to community, to connect to community at large, to connect to other opportunities. And here are some wonderful photos of past festivals and folks from all over enjoying the work that we do. Next slide. And we love a moment. So there will be many, many moments of awe that you will want to share. We're going to be all up and down the timeline. It's going to be major. Next slide, please. As mentioned earlier, we have an event. It's called Newark Arts Honors. It is a private, curated event celebrating the artists, advocates, and leaders shaping Newark arts, culture, and cultural landscape, with awards presented to those making a lasting impact. This is a really fantastic event that kind of kicks off our festival week. It's also a great spotlight and opportunity for performing artists. So, and also could be a great opportunity for visual artists as well. So please do submit. Keep this opportunity in mind. Next slide, please. From there, we're moving to the Newark Arts Festival Ball. This year is our 25th anniversary, the Silver Jubilee. You can see photos from 2024, the Pink Ball, and 2025, the Gold Ball. This signature event is part spectacle, part fashion fever dream. It's our highly anticipated, memorable evening of art, performance, and community celebration honoring the artists at the foundation of Newark's arts and cultural community movement. So this evening will feature live performances, sponsor activations, sponsor and partner recognition, and curated media moments. So again, if you have a vision, something that you want to do that is on purpose, and you know you wanted to be a part of the Silver Jubilee in your application, I would absolutely encourage you to let us know that. Next slide, please. An Evening With is a series that offers an intimate, high impact experience featuring an exclusive interview, audience Q&A, and live performance by a legendary and contemporary artist. Designed to bring audiences closer to the process, the series creates meaningful moments of connection while positioning partners alongside some of the most influential voices shaping the arts today. Now, last year we had the incredible Avery Wilson as our An Evening With artist, and he was absolutely dynamic. And I'm really super excited to share who our artist is this year. And I'm absolutely not going to share that tonight, but I encourage you all to follow us on social media, keep an eye on your email. You are going to absolutely be taken aback by this year's offering. But An Evening With is another example of a Spotlight Series initiative that we are looking forward to bringing back this year. Next slide, please. We're bringing it back on purpose. Newark Arts Festival Kids is the festival's family-focused programming track, offering artist-led workshops, performances, and experiences that engage young audiences and families from across Newark and the region. So this is a series of curated events that happen that are designed with families and children in mind. And I encourage you to not only look at them or just scroll through them, but share them with folks who you know who have children and families. They are really incredible programs. We work really hard on them. We spend a lot of our resources on them, and we want to make sure that they reach the intended audiences. So I'm asking you personally to keep an eye out for Newark Arts Festival Kids programming and make sure the children know that there is something for them and there's a way for them to engage in the festival. Next slide, please. So that is it. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We're going to have a world-class festival this year, as we always do. We're super excited and grateful for you taking time out of your busy schedules to be with us tonight. And please know that we are here to serve you all. So if you need something, don't hesitate to reach out. The best way to do that is festival@newarkarts.org. I'm Daryl, and that's all I got for you all. I'll see you at the festival either way. Either way, I'll see you there. Thank you all so much, and have a great night.
Thank you, everyone.
Looking
Thanks,
forward to seeing
everybody.
everyone. Bye bye.
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 Bye.